Okay. Hi everyone. Thank you all for attending this session in which we will explore the collection view. This streaming is to solve the challenge about Xamarin.Forms 4.0 collection view, which was just published a week ago. In this challenge, we basically give me a second. We basically implement the collection view in a mobile application. We test it, we know how to use it. It's in pre-release, it's not fully published yet, but that's the objective, to get to know about this new control and send some feedback to the Xamarin team, how to improve it, is it working, or in case it's not working as expected, which scenarios are not covered. So that's the objective of this session, to explore this element, collection view. And well, in the end, if we complete the challenge, we might get some stickers from Xamarin. Today we will develop a mobile application which uses this control, and the rest is up to you. Maybe you can develop your own application following this tutorial, and at the end you can fork the repository, CollectionView challenge repository, follow the instructions which are here, open this SAML page, and implement the collection view and submit a pull request with feedback and answering these questions. So the application that we will develop is this Pokédex, which shows information, of course, about some Pokemon, and we will add some features such as searching for an element. In this case, well, I have not tested the search function, so I just wanted to see if it was working or not, but we will see. Maybe we have to fix the search. Okay, but we also have some other implementations for this application, for this collection view, such as implementing an horizontal list, and then select or go through these items. Okay, so let's get started. I have a repository, a project in my GitHub repository, which is this one, Pokédex Collection View EN English. So just open it, access it, download it, and then we can start with this project. I will explain what is it about. So I will first download it as a zip folder. And I'm just uncompressing it to another folder. In the meantime, I can open Visual Studio 2019, which is the one that I'm going to use for this challenge. This is my project that I downloaded. I will extract it here. Right, and I will open this project. From this location. Awesome. This base project contains 3 elements: the .NET Standard shared project, the Android mobile one, and the iOS. We will test it, the CollectionView and the application, on Android emulator with Genymotion. And in this sample project or base project, I have 4 folders, which are models, services, view models, and views. Okay, in the meantime, Visual Studio is finished loading the project, so I will explain from this point. In the models, I have the Pokemon information, such as name and image URL. There is also information about statistics and the Pokemon types, of course. The information, I get this data from an endpoint, which you can see in the services class, Pokemon API service. I have this URL, which is from GitHub. There is a JSON file which contains Pokemon data. So after using the HTTP client, I extract this information and deserialize the JSON string as a collection of this Pokemon model. And there is a small trick to obtain the image that you can see here with this other URL, the number or ID, and the English name of this Pokemon. And yeah, it's very simple. There is a view model of this which uses this model, which contains a private collection called Pokédex. This is the one that stores the information obtained after calling this get Pokemon method. And there is also an observable collection. We will use this observable collection to send it to the view. It will be used as a binding context item source of the collection view. And yeah, in this case, you can see in the async method load Pokédex, there is we retrieve the Pokemon data and store it in this private collection, and we create an observable collection from it and store it in the Pokemon list. Okay, so as you can see, this view model is very simple, and of course there is is loading or is busy, as you want to call it, that we will use in the views. For the views, there is also, well, this is just not related with CollectionView, but it's just a plus. Okay, I added a pop-up. When you select a Pokemon, you will get a pop-up which will show Pokemon data. It's just extra code to make it look nicer, but it's not needed for the CollectionView implementation. Okay, so starting from this basic project, let's work with the CollectionView. The first step, of course, is to add the Xamarin.Forms 4.0 NuGet package. It is not a stable version, so we have to check this include pre-release option in order to update it. Actually, we can look from here, Xamarin.Forms package. I have the 3.6, the one of the latest stables, not the latest one, but one of them. Sorry. So in my case, I will update it, the Xamarin.Forms, in all our projects to the latest pre-release version. We accept the license. And that's all we need to start using CollectionView and other also pre-release elements such as forms shell. Okay, there is also an extra step which I forgot, which is downloading newtonsoft.json. I forgot to include it in the base. Oh no, it's already included. Sorry. So don't mind me. Okay, so after we add this, after we update the Xamarin.Forms NuGet package, we might go to main activity and also the AppDelegate in iOS, but we basically have to add a flag to use this project. In our case, before the Xamarin.Forms init, we will add the following statement: Xamarin.Forms set flags. Okay, and the set flags that we will use are CollectionView _experimental. Alright, otherwise we will get items could not be parsed or could not be some error about item view. Okay, well, next we can start implementing the collection view inside a view or page. So let's add a very basic example. In these views, we will start with a Xamarin.Forms content page. Let's call this one Pokemon collection view. Okay. Okay. And now we will add the following code. I will start with a stack layout with margin. Let me I will also set titles here. let's add an activity indicator. Okay. And I will bind it to the isLoading property. Of course, I will set the binding context later in the code behind of this page. And I will add the isRunning and isEnabled properties assigned to the same one. And yeah, let's add some color blue for this activity indicator. Now let's create a collection view and assign the item source to the Pokemon list property. This Pokemon list is inside this view model. Of course, we need to add it later in the binding context, but here you can see Pokemon list and the isLoading property here, which I reference in these views elements. Alright, and okay, I will not use it right now, but I will add a name for this collection view. So basically, or one of the differences between collection view and list view is that we can add an item template to customize the appearance of the elements inside the collection view. Previously, on list views, we use view cells, image cell, text cell, and others. But in this case, we will we will present the data by using an item template. Next, let's add the data template, and in this case, I will present or show the data inside a grid. I will declare 2 rows, 2 columns, and let's actually show the data. I will start with the image. So image grid row span equals 2. The source is the image URL property from the model with request 16, height request 16, aspect field. Alright, then let's add a couple of labels. Label grid column 1, and let's bind it to the English name property. Okay, in this case, the English property is inside a name object. I will show you how. Sorry, I don't know what happened, but I got disconnected. But here we are again. We are back. So basically, this is the JSON, which contains the Pokemon data, and here you can see that every element, let's say the name or English name of this Pokemon, is inside this object. Alright, so that's what I am. That's why I'm using in this model. English inside name property. Great. So let's get back to this view. Let's add some font attributes. Maybe the name is bold and the text color is blue. And finally, let's present the types in the second column of this grid. And well, this is just extra. There is also a small trick for the types. You might see in the JSON string that there is no types, I mean in plural, property, but there is one which is called type. In this case, again, in the model, I am creating an extra property which is called types, and this one takes the collection or array or list of strings, and every element is joined inside one string by using the string.join method, comma separated. Okay, yeah, you see this effect, for instance, let's say here, yeah, both dot comma flying. So that's the idea. And basically that's it. We can actually show our first collection view. So let's work here on the app.xaml.cs to set the starting page inside an navigation page. So views, collection, Pokemon collection view. That's it. And okay, for some reason it is not recognizing my Dailymotion. Again, actually, I just had this problem a few minutes ago, and then I restarted the computer, but I don't want to do that. So I will just close the solution. It's a bit weird. Okay, yes, of course I will say everything. It's a bit weird because I have another instance of Visual Studio here, and yes, it is recognized the break here, but okay, never mind. We will sort it out somehow. In the meantime, hey Trevor, do you have any questions about collection view? Okay. Yeah, it's not detecting the emulator. Okay, yeah, now it's working. So let's test it. Okay, so this first view is very simple. It will present the data as a vertical set of items, just as a list view, but then I will show you some other ways to change this presentation, such as the horizontal collection view and also presenting the information into columns. Yeah, it's a bit fun. Okay, so the application is being deployed on the simulator. Let's see what's the result. Okay, yes, I forgot something. Yeah, I mentioned it, but I forgot to set everything inside this view. You remember I mentioned to set the view model, right? So let's do it. View models. Pokemon view model. VM. Yeah, very basic. And in context, it's VM. Of course, VM. It's new. Yeah, this one. And also, as soon as the page appears, we will call the load Pokédex method. So let's try again, and let's see some magic. Yeah, now it is working. It's loading, and there, yeah, you see the information that is being retrieved there. It is worth mentioning that these are maybe 700 data, almost 800 Pokemon. So as you can see, it is very fast. It takes not so much time to download and then present this information. So this collection view is more performant, let's say. It uses some recycling techniques, so you don't see any lag here. And there are other cool features that we will explore about this. Of course, you can always read the documentation, which actually it's very easy to follow and very accurate. So yeah, let's try some other things. For the second demo, let's present this same information but in horizontal view. So in order to keep the other example, I will create a new view, Pokemon horizontal view, let's say. The code behind is the same, so I will just copy this first part so I don't forget it to do it again. And okay, the rest is like this. Yeah, I will also copy the presentation I mean the content page dot content of this one, and then I will make some changes. Okay. Of course, I will add the title. And yeah, let's do some cool stuff. Within a few seconds. Okay, cool. So first one is that we will add this items layout static, and we will use list items layout dot horizontal list. And that's all we need in order to modify the orientation of these collection view items. So with this property, items layout, and setting it as list items layout dot horizontal list, we will present the data from left to right. It is worth mentioning that there are other properties which improve the user interface, such as adding some height for this element, and of course we also need to adjust or make some minor modifications to our item template. So the first one is that I will change this to a specific size. Let's think that this information is present as cards, okay, which have 60 in total and 180 in total for width, height and width, okay. Yeah, what else? I think that's all I need. Just give me a second to check this out. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. So let's change this one to Pokemon horizontal view, and let's see how it's working. Okay, I will just move here. And wait until it is deployed. Then we can add some selection in this example, just like we did yesterday. Yeah, the controllers were coupled as bindable layout. Yeah, I think they are improving, they are listening to us, so maybe in the feedback you can add this comment. I think it's worth mentioning it, Daniel. So yeah, it will definitely improve or make our application, make us more productive. I really like this new control. So yeah, I think they are doing a great job. So yeah, you can see here that the information is now displayed from left to right. Cool. But if I tap on an item, it is not selected, or how can I select a specific item, right? So let's add more functionality to this example. Yeah, because if I tap, nothing happens. So yeah, let's do it in this. No, let's do it in a new one. All right. so you can have several examples. Okay, let's see Pokemon selection view. This one is based on the horizontal view, so I will copy everything here. Oh, by the way, I'm sick, so I am sorry if yeah, sometimes I'm coughing or just taking a break, or if I'm not speaking very loud, it's yeah, because I am a bit sick. I get used to Mexican weather, which is a bit hot these days, and then here in Europe it is windy. The spring is, let's say, starting, but not yet. Sometimes it is raining. So yeah, when I arrived, I was not wearing any sweater or jacket. So I eventually got sick. Alright. So after we add this, let's say, collection view to this content page, we can add the following property. We set selection mode as well, there are several options. None is by default. There is multiple because we can select more than one item, or single. I will use single for this very easy sample, and I might add the pop-up functionality which I mentioned. So give me a second. I will add a method here, selection change, and let's add this handler. Okay, and in this code behind of this, sorry, I am editing a different example. I was not intending to modify the horizontal view, but selection view example. Sorry. So again, selection change, collection view change, selection view. Okay, yes, it's here. And yeah, we can actually use this E parameter. There is current selection, but if you take a look at this current selection property, you can see that it is actually a list, read-only list. So it means that it might contain more than one element, 0, 1, or more than one, because as I mentioned, you might set the selection mode as multiple. All right, so I will take this one as single, and I will use the first. I will retrieve the first one. Since it is bound to the view model, or the actual, sorry, since it is bound to the Pokemon list, this collection view contains a list of Pokemon items. So that's why I can cast this selected item as a Pokemon instance. Of course, I need to add the namespace. Pokédex collection view models, right? And I will call this other page, which is pop-up page, and you will see the effect after we test it. It just displays a pop-up. I am using the RG plugin pop Nugget package. It has some interesting effects, animations, and transitions I really recommend you to use it, to add it to your projects. It makes the applications look nicer. Okay, so while it is building, compiling, and everything, we might take a short view at this Pokemon pop-up page. Basically, you can see here the animation. Yep, we set it. What is the transition, bounce out, how much time it will take to bounce and show in the screen. And this is, let's say, a template. But you will see that it is a bit familiar to what we have presented, because we can see the image URL, the name of the Pokemon, and the types. So I am basically just presenting the same information. So you can see here the horizontal set of items. If I select one, okay, yes, you see that it is now selected. I forgot to change the startup page. Sorry, Pokemon selection view. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is the one which has the functionality that I just implemented. Sorry, I just forgot to modify this one. Okay, it is loading. Okay, so let's select this one, and yeah, here is the pop-up. And of course, this is thanks to this page that I just added, but of course everything is because of the plugin, rg.plugins.popup. Just look for it. And it's very simple, it's very easy to use. Of course, it has a lot of properties. The documentation might help you. And of course, if you have any questions about it, yeah, I can also help a bit. Of course, we send the information, the Pokemon selected, and it is obtained here in the code behind. Yep, here we are sending the Pokemon data, and again assign it as a binding context. And the rest is just, again, for the pop-up animation. We might turn off, turn on the transition, the animation. But yeah, I just took this one from the sample repository. And of course, when I click or tap in another part, you might see that it is disappearing again with a very nice effect, right? And it applies to every item. So yeah, you can see so far that this collection view allows you to do many things, and very simple. In this view, maybe we have to do or write a lot of code. What else we can do? We can present this data in 2 columns to maybe use more space available in our screen. So let's do that. Let's add another view. Let's name this one as Pokemon 2 columns. Before I forget, I will set this starting page, right? And now I will base this example from the first collection view, which is this one. Copy. Let's set the title. Okay. Now let's modify some properties. The first one is that we are adding an items layout, and we set the grid items layout with vertical orientation, and this is the number of columns that we want to add. Let's say span 2. Alright. Of course, we will also update this template accordingly, so our information is presented in a very nice way. Sorry, this is not 30 but 60 and 100, and I think the rest is fine as it is. Yeah. Of course, I need to set the code behind again. So using models, model. Let's create an instance, assigning to the binding context. And oh, okay, yeah, I could just copy this, but never mind. Yep, that's it. With few lines of code, you will see the results. It will be granted the selected one is modified according to the main controller. Yeah. Yeah, there are always ways to improve. Yeah. Yes, you can see here that now the information is shown in different presentation. Okay. Okay, yeah, you saw this weird effect because it's not the same from emulator using this mouse than from actual device. But again, you can see that there is no lag, the transition is very smooth. So this control, even though it's in pre-release, it's not fully available, is very promising. So what else we can do? Let's say that sometimes the data is not available yet, or there are no results, the list is empty. So we might want to show a message to our users that the data is not available yet. Maybe we can do it or simulate this with a button, and then we can also add a search function. So let's try it. Why not? Now let's create another view. Let's call this one Pokemon empty view. Okay. But of course there will be ways to obtain the data. If you don't mind, I will just use the Pokemon 2 columns sample again. But then we can add this item template. Well, actually, there are two ways. One is to use a property here, empty view, okay, and then set up a message. But maybe it's better if we define something much better. Let's say something customized. So we can actually add here CollectionView.empty view and define, let's say, a stack layout and a couple of labels. Text, the list is empty. Font attributes, bold, margin, font size, and some other options. Let's add a second one here. Tap the button first. Font size. It's tap or tap on. That's a good question. I know. I think it's tap on. Yeah, I think, but maybe some of our viewers can help me with it. Of course, if you have any questions about it, please feel free to interrupt me. I will check the chat in a few seconds. So yeah, before in this case, let's say that this collection view will not be loaded automatically. I mean, as the screen is loading, we will use a button for this case. So let's add button text load, please. And okay, I will just use that. All right. Empty view. Yes. Using Rex collection view models. We are creating the we assign it again, but as I said, we are not loading the list in the onAppearing method, but after the only after the user taps on the button. Okay, so we will use vm.load Pokédex, and that's it. Let's replace this one, empty view, and let's see how it looks. So basically, we just added the empty view element. Yeah, Daniel makes an interesting question, which I also thought about it. I have not checked it, but yes, it is possible to switch between layouts depending on the orientation of the device. I have not done it, but I am 100% sure that yes, it is possible to switch from horizontal to vertical depending on the orientation of the phone, let's say, or tablet. But yes, it can be modified. That is correct. I have not done it, but yeah, we can try something. So as you can sorry sorry, as you can see, this is the empty message when the list has no items. There are two labels. The list is empty. Tap on the button first, and after we tap on it, yeah, here you can see that the message is gone and replaced by the items. So you just saw another functionality included in this control, which is very useful because sometimes maybe the users don't know what is happening, why it's not showing anything. Is it loading? Is it waiting for something? But in this case, the text or the message is very clear, and then the user knows what to do. Just for completeness, I will add the title here, which I forgot to do. Okay. There is another sample which I was missing. What about showing two horizontal lists? Let's say is the application not responsive, but fluent, or is it lagging? Is it, let's say, does it present or show some performance problems if there are more than one list in the page? Let's try that. So in this case, we will add two collection views to the next example. Okay. Let's call this one Pokemon 2 collection views. And I will add the horizontal view example with two collection views. So first is and let's call this one collection view. Okay. You will see the difference, and the item source will be different. Binding ice Pokemon list, and yeah, let's copy this and create a second one. This will be that Pokemon collection view for that Pokemon, and yeah, I think this will be enough. Next, let's work on the collection views. Code behind using let's collection view models. We are creating the view model here, instance, and assigning to the binding context. On the onAppearing method, yes, we are. Let's call a different method. Let's create a specific one. So in this case, for the Pokemon view model, I will create a couple of observable collections, which you just saw in the XAML file. So the first one is, okay, I will do this as it should be. Propol observable collection Pokemon. The name is Ice Pokemon List. I just need to add the home property change. And the second one is the dark Pokemon list. Oops. Yeah. And the notification. Cool. I am creating another method which is similar to this, but instead of loading the Pokemon list, I will load the Ice Pokemon list, which is an observable collection from Pokédex list, but there is a condition here where types contains. Okay, good. Accordingly, the dark Pokemon list, the condition is different, and the name is load Ice dark Pokédex. And this is the method that we are calling here. Yep, that's it. Let's test it. On to collection views. Just give me a second. Before that, I will add some margin here. Otherwise, these elements will be very close. Okay. Yeah, I think this is enough. Well, yeah, I could have modified the margin to only for only the top and bottom, right? Instead of also left and right. But okay, we will see how it is going. So yeah, in this loading, and there you have two horizontal Pokemon lists. Yeah, and it is yeah, the margin is too much, I mean, for the left and right. So let's modify it a bit. 0.40 and 0.40. So yeah, now we have more space for the left and right borders. Okay. Let's try again. Yep, much better. At least we have two items, two elements, let's say inside the page or the screen. Yeah, best Pokemon in the world. And of course you can select from any of these lists, well, because I set the property in both of the collection views. But again, there is no lag, the application is not slow. So again, the performance is really smooth. And yeah, you can also do this. but of course it's a bit hard with the mouse, but with the finger is really easy to do. So yeah, in more or less 1 hour we have seen like 6-7 samples. Again, I will just make a short pause. This everything is based on the documentation. I highly recommend you to take a look at it. There are some samples for populating the collection view with let's say specific data. Maybe you don't need anything fancy or complex as JSON and models, so it can just be a list of strings, which is fine. Or yeah, you can just do it as we did, right? Using the models. You can also write everything with C#, but in this case I prefer XAML, but sometimes you might have to create the elements on the fly with code, so that's fine, that's okay. You can even go further and improve the performance of this collection view, because in this layout page explains that the size of every, let's say, item or cell, if you want to name it cell, but it's better not to use cell, because cell is, let's say, from list view control. So let's call it item, okay? The size of each item is calculated as it is presented. So there are some strategies you can, yeah, here it is explained. You can modify the item sizing strategy as measure first item, and that will boost the performance of this control. Of course, it depends if every item has the same width and height, the same size. If not, of course it will be fast, but maybe in some items the information is not presented completely, or it's not presented in good shape because the size is different. So it depends. If you know that every item will have the same size, you can definitely use this property. In our case, yeah, most of the layouts for each item contains the same size, because as you can see in this case, the height and width are already set. That's different from the first example, because in the first example we said, okay, whatever you need for height or for width, depending on the content. Yeah, we set the auto or star. In this case, this will be a good example in which we could use the item sizing strategy as measure first item in both collection items, because we know the size of each element, right? So I will just run it again to show that it is working, hopefully. So what do you think so far about this element? Yesterday we were doing this similar session in Spanish. It's a Facebook group which I highly recommend if you are learning about Xamarin. But in that video we started creating everything from scratch. the models, the services, the view models. So in this second talk, I wanted to focus everything on the collection view part. That's why we started with base project. All right. So yeah, it is still working. We added this. We might not see it, or maybe we should take a look at how much time it took to load everything. But when there are many more items, we will definitely see a boost in this loading time and performance of the collection view. But again, if you know that every item has the same size, definitely you should use the measure first item property. Otherwise, just don't use the property or use the measure all items. Value, right? There is the selection part. You can actually bind the selection to command if you want to do something from the view model. Yeah, that is also possible. I have not tested it, but yeah, it can work. You set both the selection command and the parameter, selection command parameter, selection change, sorry. The empty view, we already talked about it. When data is not available yet or it is not loaded, you can add a template to present this kind of information. I mentioned that you can also, if you want to present only one message, you can directly use the empty view and set a value, no items to display, for instance, and yeah, it will be presented in the center of the screen or the space that it is expected for the collection view. But I think it's always good to customize it and show it in better way for our users. There is, however, one property which I have not mentioned today, but yesterday we tested it, and yeah, sometimes it does some weird things. We will see how it behaves today, which is the scroll to. Scroll to actually animates or makes some automatization over the list in order to identify or move to one specific item that we want. So you can use either the index of the item, it means the 13th element, or look for a specific item inside the list. Sorry. So we can actually try this. What can we use? Okay, let's use this last example, Pokemon 2 collection view. We can actually here, after the data is loaded, we have to wait a bit. We detected that yesterday. Let's give it 5 seconds to load the information. And now let's say that in the collection view eyes we want to scroll to some specific item. Okay, so I will declare this one from our item source, which is bound to one of these collection views, Ice Pokemon list. I will make search here. Then we will try to do this, but from view, using a search bar. I have not tested that one, but let's try it. Why not? Okay, so sorry. Yeah. Let's say that we are looking for a specific item, and we want the applications to, or the collection to move to it, to this element. Okay, so we are basically using the scroll to method from the collection view. Of course, the item has to exist. This is, of course, I know it exists. Otherwise, we will get a nice error, which we don't want. Sorry again. So let's see if it actually works. It's loading the data. Yep. And yeah, you just saw that it moved to this specific element. We can actually modify some properties for this scroll to, because you can see that there are more properties which we can specify. So let's do that. So scroll to Articuno, okay. Let's use the, we can actually use, let's say, center. Like we want to, that the collection view, sorry, that the element, the item, is centered in the space which is designed for this collection view. We can, you saw that there is an animation, like it is, yeah, set it as true, and then we will test it with false. And that's it. Yeah, that's all we can do for the moment. Yeah, let's do that. And you will see a slight difference, because let's say that the item was more or less to the right, but now it will be centered. Yeah. Okay, yeah, more or less center. Of course, there are some margin here, but let's trust it is center, okay? Because yeah, we don't know exactly know the borders of this every one of these items, but trust me, it is center. And you saw the animation, right? If we omit it, if we say, okay, I don't want this scroll to be animated, we will just move to this item like magic in 1-2 seconds. But we can combine this scroll to with the search function, so let's do that. Okay, so we are just waiting 5 seconds, and yeah, you saw that it immediately moved to the element. Okay. Yeah. Here you can see that it is more or less centered. Yeah, I forgot that we could just click, and then if you more or less measure, yeah, we will see that this is more or less centered, right? So let's do a final example, which is the one that I have not tested yet, but we will see how we do it. Let's call this one Pokemon search view. Let's because I need to use Pokemon search view. And let's do it first with the basic example, the collection view one. So I will copy this and set the title again. Let's add a search bar here. Search bar. Let's use placeholder. Enter and okay, there is a comment, but I will start with search button press. Okay, now let's move to the here. Yes. First, we are loading the data as usual. Okay. And now we can look for the Pokemon with search bar. Stop text. Sorry. Yes, this text. And we might create a function in the view model, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. And it's not necessary to be async public. Void search Pokemon. Alright, and let's search these results. We are using the private list Pokédex where, and we are using this lambda expression name dot English contains. Okay, first to lower this dot contains Pokemon dot to lower. Yeah, that's it. So this will return an enumerable list of Pokemon. And yeah, let's if there are more than one, sorry, more than, if there are some results, let's create collection. Sorry, it's Pokemon list from these results. Otherwise, it will be an empty list. Well, actually, I always prefer the ternary operator. I think it's a cool one. So yeah, why not? Observable collection, which is empty, and that's it. Search Pokemon. Right. Cool. I think that's all we need. Search view. Yep, let's test it. Hi, Ayumi. How are you doing? Long time no see you. Because as usual, I always far away from everyone. I just said Trevor a few minutes ago that I was in Mexico. And yeah, I was a bit busy, but I will be back to the stream soon. Okay, let's see if it works. So yeah, it's working. Let's look for another one. Yep, again, yes, it is looking for the soft string article. Cool, it's working. And if I click enter, yeah, okay, I just need to return that. If the string is empty, let's just return the whole list, right? So if string dot is null or white space, let's return this one. Sorry, not return, but assign. Okay, let's do this as it should be. Yeah, much better, right? Good. So let's try again. So we are basically assign the list again to the wall element. Oh, cool. Okay, so let's look for which Pokemon. There is not Pokemon. This Pokemon list is not updated yet. Okay, if I just click here, sorry, enter. Okay, I think that it is not being called, right? Yep, it needs something. Yeah, okay. We have to check how to actually if the list is empty. Sorry, if the search string is empty, what is going to present? But yeah, okay, that's something for another session. But yeah, the search function is actually working, which is cool. Let's just try to implement it as a command. Okay, so I will just make some minor adjustments. Let's start with the view model. We can declare a command. Okay, so let's say public command, search command, get set, and we will start this one in the constructor here. Search command, new, I just forgot how to do it. It's new command, and then I assign yes. command, and I send the string parameter and the method, which is search Pokemon. Yes. Okay. Now I can bind this one in the view here. I will create a copy just in case, and instead of this we say search command binding. Okay, I might use a different name just in case. Okay, I will use search command. Cool. But we also need to establish or set the parameter, which is actually explained in the in some examples with the search bar. Actually, I think I have it somewhere here. Yeah. Binding source x reference search bar text. Okay, cool. So the parameter is this same control and the property is text. So let's see if it's working. Let's cross fingers. And okay, we wait until the list is finally loaded. Yeah, let's look for this one. And yeah, as I just said, it's not working. For some reason, I don't know why, but maybe if some of you know. Let's start by debugging or setting a breakpoint. Maybe not here in the V model. Here. Is it reaching this? Nope. No, I don't know if I need something else, but let's take a look at the example. There is also one demo that I want to show, but yeah, I think it's here. Search, yeah, no search. Here, AppDelegate. Yeah, you can see the search command. It's assigned to filter, and the parameter, which is what we just did, but for some reason it's not working. But yeah, let's examine it. Maybe. Let's see if we miss something. The search bar is there, the placeholder, the search command, it's the binding, parameter is there, binding source, reference, search bar, yes, but text. Yeah, this one is correct, seems correct. And the filter command is okay, I think they don't define it here, but in the repository. Yeah, let's take a look quickly at it. There are view models here, and the filter is here. Okay, yes, they set it not in the constructor but immediately, which is makes no difference, but why not? Let's try it. So instead of setting this one, yeah, let's assign it here. All right. There is sorry. It's only on the no get cancelled. All right. And that's it. It's because the filter items, it's just very simple search function. So let's try again. Maybe this makes difference. We don't know, but we will see. Okay, so the data is loaded and okay, yeah, that actually made the difference. So it is now working because it reached this point. So for some reason this command, if I assign it in the constructor, it's not working. But if I set it immediately, it works. Okay. I didn't know that. It is no Luis Pokemon this time. Right, so it is now working also with the command. So there is no need to actually write in the code behind, right? Alright, so we learned something new today. There is a final example based on this one. Let's say that I want to search for a Pokemon or look for a Pokemon, but I want to preserve the list. I just want to scroll to this data. Okay, so we can okay, let's do it in a final view example. Pokemon search scroll based on the previous one, which is the search view. So we are just combining our two last samples, the scroll to and the search function. And we are done. I hope that you learned a lot today. Me personally, I did learn a lot, at least. So that's cool. Okay, so first I will just set up this view as the same one that we just created. Okay. Sorry. We are just adding the view models. Starting here. And this one. Correct. In this case, I will create another view model. Now that I know that this one is working. This one is public if command search scroll, or okay, I will search scroll Pokemon command. command. It's similar to this one, but instead of returning, or sorry, instead of creating the Pokemon list, we are actually returning a Pokemon object. So maybe you already know what I'm going to do, because the scroll function, scroll2, uses either an index or an item, I mean an object. So I am basically returning that object if it exists. So let's do that. It's similar to this one. Okay, I will copy this. And okay, return if the results are greater than 0. We will return the first one. So it is results dot, yeah, results dot first. Otherwise, we'll return null. Well, we can eventually return results first order call, which is the same thing. Yeah, I just figured it out. Sorry. If not, return the first one from the list. Pokemon list first. Yeah. Okay. So we are returning the first result from this search, and we want to scroll to it. Let me hear what's happening here. Okay, yes, we are actually returning an element. Okay, I know what to do, because how can I set this? Okay, I will do this. I will define it as a property. Search Pokemon. Yeah, and let's need on property change. It's method group. Okay. Yeah, I am assigning it to this element, and that's the one that we will use here. After we I'm sorry, this is not the case. Yes. Okay, so maybe I will not be able to to use a view model, because the collection view will need this element to perform the scroll to function. Okay. So I'm sorry, because this one I did not prepare it, so I am trying something. I will adjust or make the following adjustments. Okay, the first one is we are using the search button press. Okay, and we are using this line and result to begin search Pokemon result. No, well, yes. What was the name of the search scroll? Okay. I will just delete the command because we are not using it, so I am sorry for that. But I am preserving, let's say, the method. So let's take this one out. We are still using this one. Of course, I can return. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, let's take it or set it as to us. To remember this. Sorry again for this. And now we are assigning these results here. Oh, thank you for your comments and that you consider this interesting. It's programming and it is fun because we are using Pokemons. So yeah, why not? If result is not null, then we can that's the name of our collection view. Collection view dot scroll to result. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, Pokemon search scroll. This is the alright. Let's see if I get the effect that I want. Basically, what you search, if you search something that exists in the item, in the list, sorry, the animation will scroll to the item, to the specific item. And yeah, I like programming. So everything related with mobile, it's interesting. Okay, let's see. Okay. Yeah, I can tell you that it is working because it is doing the same thing that it did yesterday. Yesterday, when we tried this scroll to on a vertical view, it made this effect. If I change this one to horizontal, it will work. But I think that we also set the animation. I mean, we disable the animation and then it will work. Let's try it again. Yeah, the animation is doing something weird, but let's skip this one, this animation effect, and let's search. Okay, I forgot also to set it as center, but okay, it doesn't matter. Let's look for a new one. Yep, now it worked. Yep, at the end it puts this search term. Which one? Okay, no, this one is looking coming. Okay, why not? Yep, it is here again. Okay, let's add the position center. let's which one could be yep, center. So it's working, even though we don't have the fancy animation, but yeah, you can see the element. We can also, because that was one question yesterday, we can actually select that element, maybe for better user experience. We can say CollectionView.selected item is this result, but of course we have to assign the property. You remember which one? Selection mode to single. All right. Okay, let's try again. Yep, you see that it is one. Okay, yeah, the selection color, it's not accurate, or it's not good with the text, second text, but anyways, there you can see that it works. Which one? I don't know if I'm writing it correctly. Yes, yeah, it is there. We should do some Pokemon quiz soon. Alright. So yeah, we basically had some fun with Pokemon, but you learn in this session how to work with the collection view. I hope that you find this stream interesting, and yeah, I think it's up to you to continue testing it. I am uploading this code that we just with this project that we just created to my GitHub repository. So if you did not saw it in the beginning, my GitHub is github.com/icebeam7, and well, the sample from yesterday, it's this one, Pokédex collection view. This is the basic Pokédex collection view en, and well, I will upload this one as a complete sample. I think I can do it right now. Why not? And yeah, if you have any questions in the chat, I can check it. Thank you, Tere, for your comments. We made it. we actually created the search and scroll. I don't know if you saw it, but yeah, we made it. Thanks for the idea. And don't forget that if you use or implement this collection view with some other items or with some other dataset, you can submit or send some feedback to the Xamarin team and win some or earn some stickers in the process. Just visit the Xamarin blog, blog.xamarin.com. Go through this repository, open this file, collection view challenge page, and follow the instructions there. Yeah. And then you can submit a pull request, send the feedback, and that's it, right? So it's actually really easy to do it. Yeah. So I'm just uploading this to GitHub, and that's it. It was fun. It was really fun to learn. I learned about this command. I will definitely take a deep look at it, because I don't know why it did not work at the beginning if I assign the command in the constructor, but now if I do it through the... Oh yes, I think I know why. Because when I use the get and set, I did not add, let's say, private property to notify changes about the search command. Yeah, that's the reason. And since now the view model is assigned, let's say, directly, yeah, it is detected by the view. Yeah, that was the reason. Okay, good. So let's set this one as complete. View demo complete. So after it is published, I will share the URL, and you can download the code, test it, and even submit some if you want. If you want, you can improve this application, like maybe adding some other templates to make it look better. So thank you very much for attending this session. I don't know if you have any other questions. I would be happy to solve them, or to talk about anything you want. But yeah, I really appreciate that you are here, and I wish you happy coding and success in your next projects. So that's it, I think. Thank you for attending, and see you next time. And goodbye.